Who is dumber, Randy Marsh or Haley Dunphy, Peter Griffin or Rickon Stark, Dash Parr or Ron Weasley? Well, today I'm going to be ranking just that. The dumbest character from each of the 20 families ranked from 20 to 1 smartest to dumbest. This is a super fun series that I'm going to continue as long as y'all keep watching. But I hope you enjoy, and here I go.
Ankle before it went taut. You don't just do that.
In 20th place, I have Jason Todd from the Bat family. Jason is by no means dumb. He just, as far as I can tell, is the least smart member of the Bat family, not including Ace. This is an insanely smart group of people, and as far as I've found online, he unfortunately is just the bottom of them intelligence-wise. But that doesn't mean he's dumb, because this is a group of geniuses, and he himself is probably a genius. He's just the least genius out of all of them. So Jason is at the bottom of this list. At number 19, I have Kylo Ren. Kylo is clearly a very smart man who's in charge of a lot of people. He does act emotionally, but I would not consider him dumb even in the slightest. I really have no reason to have him on this list other than being the youngest of his family and really not having any time to gain any wisdom, which will happen eventually. But he is number 19 on this list.
Eating! Your best friend is missing! Do you ever...
At number 18, I have Ron Weasley. Ron is another character that I would never really categorize as dumb. He's a little lazy and probably the dumbest of his siblings, but he comes up with ideas and strategies that impress Hermione, which is no easy task. He has a pretty smart family, which made him end up on this list, but I would not say Ron is dumb by any means, which is why he is so low on the dumbness ranking.
No, thank you. I'm good. You're a drug dealer.
At number 17, I have Walter Jr. from Breaking Bad, or Flynn if you want to call him that. But I seriously doubt Walter Jr. is dumb at all. But he's getting compared to people like adult Skyler and Walter White himself, both of which are pretty smart. But having those genetics are the reason he's this high up on the list, even without us seeing him be smart specifically. If he has even a little bit of Walt's brains, then he is completely set because Walter is practically a genius in the show. Other than that, we really haven't seen any reason to think Walter Jr. is dumb in any way.
Hey! Emergency! Bye!
At number 16, I have Bubbles from the Powderpuff Girls. I would not say Bubbles is dumb by any means. Her problem is that she's just 5 years old. Other than that, she's really smart. She's even bilingual, which at that age is really impressive. But at the end of the day, she's still 5 years old with a 5-year-old's level of education. So she's not dumb, she just hasn't really gotten a chance to learn enough yet. I'm sure she will be smart at some point, but for now, she's not at the bottom of the list. At number 15, I have Jerry Smith from Rick and Morty. Jerry is not the smartest, but one of his biggest problems that puts him on this list is that he has a relatively smart family, some of which are very smart. He is consistently being manipulated, whether it is to give his penis to an alien or to tell everyone that Pluto is still a planet. And it's only made worse by having the smartest person in the universe as a son-in-law. Jerry is dumb in the most everyday kind of way.
And remember who you're talking to. No one's a bigger idiot than me.
At number 14, I have George Castanza. Now, George is admittedly pretty dumb. He never did great in school. He never was very good at any of the jobs he had throughout the show. He was never very good with people. He's eaten food out of a trash can in front of his girlfriend's mother. He thought he should be making as much as Ted Danson when he was writing his first script for TV, and he even wanted to name a child Seven. George, while not the dumbest person on this list, is still pretty darn dumb and deserves to be on this list.
That's not the way you're supposed to do it, Dad.
At number 13, I have Dash Parr from The Incredibles. Dash is a middle schooler, and I wouldn't say he's particularly dumb. He's immature, but not dumb. He's just the least smart person in their family, not including Jack due to his age. This upper half of the list has a few characters like this where they aren't really dumb, they just happen to be younger than the other characters. This doesn't help him much, but he still lands on this list at number 13. At number 12, I have Antonio from Encanto. The only thing about Antonio that has him on this list is the fact that he's 5 years old. He does seem actually pretty smart and mature for his age, though. Literally the only thing that has him on this list is his age. He just hasn't had a chance to learn more about the world or anything like that.
DJ Mikey in the house!
At number 11, I have Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Michelangelo was always the silly one when it came to the TMNT. He wasn't the serious one, he wasn't the smart one, not the leader. He was just the chill guy who wanted to have a good time and eat pizza at the end of the day. I think he's most relatable to all of us, in my opinion. I think he had it right too, but I wouldn't consider him specifically dumb, more silly or goofy. He's still a master fighter and martial artist, he's just the dumbest of his brothers and dad.
There is no need to speak to Edmund about what is past.
At number 10, I have Edmund from the Narnia series. Ooh yes, I'm gonna sell out my family for some shitty British dessert and Tilda Swinton. That was a quote by Edmund from Narnia. I hate this little idiot. In the first movie, he's so easily manipulated, and he isn't even the youngest one of the four. He is truly dumb, and I never forgave him for selling out his family like that.
Run to your brother. The sooner you make it to him.
At number 9, I have Rickon Stark. This little idiot, once again. Literally, all he had to do was run in a zigzag pattern, or even run slightly less parallel, and he would have survived. When running from someone who had a bow and arrow, you'd think you'd not run in a straight line. But then you have Rickon who did just that. I even just rewatched that scene and now I'm just pissed off. He could have easily survived, but oh well. Maybe that's for the best.
Anyone else want to haze me?
At number 8, I have Carl Gallagher from Shameless. Carl was always kind of dumb, but he was mostly just lazy and honestly did some things he really shouldn't have. And while I'm saying he's not great academically, he was incredibly street smart, making money in different ways pretty easily. But he still did dumb things like selling weapons at school or getting involved in trafficking drugs and even cursing out a judge who was about to sentence him. Carl seems to love to make the wrong decision and the wrong move, which is kind of a Gallagher curse, but he does it better than maybe anyone. At the end of the day, he's pretty dumb.
Are you drinking?
Mom, do we really have to do this?
At number 7, I have Haley Dunphy. Haley has never been very bright, and she also suffers from the problem of having a much smarter sibling that just makes her look even less smart. She never did well in school, she got kicked out of college, she was always drinking before she turned 21, and it even took her 20 minutes to learn how to use the TV remote one time. Haley just was blessed in many ways, but none of them were brains, unfortunately.
Oh, Mom!
At number 6, I have Reese Wilkerson from Malcolm in the Middle. Reese is quite honestly just a moron. This is made even more obvious when compared to his brothers, who are geniuses in different ways. Reese has repeatedly walked into an electric fence when told to, got in major credit card debt not thinking he'd ever have to pay it back, and he would even throw away laundry rather than getting it clean because he didn't have a washer and dryer. Reese is dumb, but not the dumbest on this list, which is crazy to me after watching that show for all these years. He, at the very least, uses his brain for coming up with games and cooking.
I believe I took the world's biggest crap.
At number 5, I have Randy Marsh from South Park. Randy is a confusing character for this because he's been a geologist. He's a trained scientist. But he also has some of the dumbest feats that could match the person who's in number 1. He's caused a global warming pandemic. He's caused the actual pandemic by having relations with 2 separate animals. He said a racial slur on TV, then played the victim, and he even gave himself cancer to get, like, cheaper weed. Randy is famously dumb and would be higher if it weren't for literal children on this list. Oh, Randy's so crazy.
Bingo!
At number 4, I have Bingo Healer from Bluey. Bingo's biggest problem is being the actual youngest character on this list, being between 4 and 5 years old while the show's been on. She isn't written to be dumb or anything, she's just literally a child, and she is as smart as a 4-year-old child would be, which is still smarter than some people on this list, which cracks me up.
How do you like that,
And at number 3, I have Luann from King of the Hill. Luann is so unbelievably dumb. She in the past has literally called herself a proud, ignorant woman. She once voted for a communist because his line was the shortest. She was convinced easily by a cult leader that she didn't need food or water, but she wasn't able to be brainwashed by that cult leader to have a new name because she literally just couldn't remember it. Luann is so naive, and she always ends up with horrible guys that are terrible to her, so it's very sad, but she is literally just so dumb.
Doing and shave my legs.
I'll take care of the first part.
Jay.
At number 2, I have Gene Belcher, and he was kind of hard to rank, because if you watch the show, you kind of get it. You would know why he's number 2. But Gene is just neither book smart or street smart, and it doesn't help that he's literally just a kid. He's the youngest person on this list who is written to be kind of dumb, at least to this level. He's just a dumb kid, and I wish I had more examples for you, but this is probably the show that I have the least experience on this list. But yeah, Gene is number 2.
Yeah, Peter Griffin. Oh, crap.
And at number 1, we have Peter Griffin from Family Guy. What can I say about Peter Griffin? First and foremost, he may be one of, if not the dumbest TV characters of all time. He's locked himself in his car. He's forgotten how to sit down. He's even teleported into another car while he was driving just to watch Madagascar. Some characters on this list have stupidity as a character trait, but for Peter, it really goes beyond that. He bought volcano insurance. He went off the roof in his shopping cart. He even fought his own reflection in the past. This was easy as a choice for number 1. So number 1, I have Peter Griffin. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked today's video. What do you think of my list and my rankings? What should I rank next? What would you have changed on this list in ranking to make it perfect? Comment below and let me know, and if you enjoyed this, feel free to subscribe because I plan on making a lot more content like this. Bye, and I hope you have a fantastic day.